Yes, welcome to another episode of the Soccer Jaja podcast. This is episode 2, and I'm your host Benja. I'm alongside Lawrence today. Mike is not in with us for this episode. We sent him on duties, of course, to help us ascertain if truly and truly CR7 Cristiano Ronaldo is joining Manchester United in the coming hours. Lawrence, welcome to episode 2 of the Soccer Jaja podcast.
Thank you. Glad to be back in front of
basically, we're just doing a recap of what happened in the Premier League and other matches in some of Europe's biggest leagues. That is the La Liga, the French Liga, of course, now being categorized as one of the big leagues, no longer the Farmers League.
It is still the Farmers League. It was downgraded.
Exactly. So, to start with the Premier League, first things first, Liverpool 2 wins out of 2. So it's a good start for them to the new season.
Yeah, it's been a good start, but it's not very convincing, I should say. I still feel like we're still lacking a bit. We're not at that fluidity of the 18-19 season. But I'm optimistic. However, based on the signings everyone is doing, it's pretty scary. Or maybe we're going to have a very interesting title fight this time around.
Yeah, so Liverpool some early season form. Of course, it's very hard to judge how a team's season will pan out based on just 2 games. But
no one has won the trophy in August.
Exactly. So from the first 2 games, you can ascertain and say this is how our season will shape up. For other teams, it's quite different. I'm speaking about teams like Arsenal. They've lost their opening 2 matches and they are yet to face Man City at the Etihad this coming weekend. And you expect them, of course, to lose that same game. So that means they are going to lose 3 matches on the bounce.
I think you should have.
It's a whole different scenario for them.
Little hope. I think you should have a little hope.
No, I don't think so. I think it will be quite so difficult for Arteta to go to the Etihad and get even a point from a Man City team who themselves lost the opening game against Tottenham. So they are out there to try and get early season points because these are the matches, of course, which are very vital for any team that wants to win the league at the end of the season. Another team that I would say maybe showing signs of some early season form, Everton, of course.
Well, Everton last season too. I don't think we should.
It's the same old story.
The same old story.
And there's a bit of some controversy in their camp right now. James Rodriguez, of course, coming out with a very, I would say, a statement that is uncalled for from a professional of his level. He referred to the Everton dressing room as one that is broken up because earlier on his anticipation was that the fact that he signed for Everton, he expected Ancelotti to remain there, even for this season and also the coming season. But he was surprised that Ancelotti was left to go and join Madrid, and then Rafa Benitez is now the man at the helm for Everton. So my thinking is that James Rodriguez may not even play his entire season at Everton. May end up moving to another team. Yeah,
well, I feel like these are feelings because he kind of feels undone by Ancelotti's move.
True.
The whole move, him coming to Everton, was because there was Carlo. And now Carlo has left him, and there doesn't seem to be demand for him but for many other big teams that maybe would like to play from. So
exactly. For you, so far, what has been your assessment of the games that have been played so far by the teams in the Premier League?
Well, I think
because
Chelsea,
we've seen some early season form from some of the teams before in the past season and also the other season. We've seen teams the likes of West Ham, Leicester, Wolves also on previous occasions, of course, have played well in the opening 8 or 10 matches of the Premier League. But then it's after the 10 matches where you think maybe they would have been creating some sustained momentum for them. And then they end up collapsing. And they end up finishing below even 10th position.
Well, I feel early season form is not really something to go by, maybe for the big teams. But for the lesser teams, this comes at a time when most of the squad is around. They have good signings, everyone is fit. So as the season goes on and the big teams, say Arsenal, Tottenham, Everton, they start to get their form and start to win their games. So now these small teams have less and less of a chance to win. So I think these small teams having good form beginning of the season, I don't buy it so much. Maybe if it's like game week 15, but game week 2, game week 5, I think it's too early to call. We
So,
can't base on
of
that.
course, I haven't asked you this question, but in the previous episode, we discussed this with Mike. Your top four
My top
prediction
four.
for the season.
Yeah, my top four, unlike many top fours, I believe this is our season. I'll go Liverpool first, Chelsea second, Man City third, United fourth.
United fourth.
Whether they have Cristiano or not, fourth.
United. Of course, Cristiano's signing there for Manchester United is very imminent. It's this close. He's just about to sign for Manchester United. The news, of course, changed within a very short period of time.
Yes.
A few hours ago, we were anticipating a Cristiano move to
Man
Manchester
City.
City.
Not,
Then it flip-flopped in a minute.
what is crazy is that on around Monday, Tuesday, Cristiano came up with a statement saying he's not leaving Juve, and it seemed for most of the window it seemed like he was going nowhere. Then he's going to Man City. A few hours he's going to Man United.
Exactly.
Like, it flips so much. This window has flipped
Within a
so
very-
much. Very short period of
But
time.
has this been a good transfer window, of course, for your team, Liverpool? Because I think I think there was only one notable signing for Liverpool, which
Ibrahim
came
Konate.
even way early before the transfer window started.
There's really been nothing at Liverpool apart from a few contract extensions here and there that were like good thing, keeping
Yeah.
players like Alisson, Trent, but we haven't really signed players that can. Well, one might say that Liverpool had a centre back problem last season, and it looks like this season that has been fixed. We have watched Tsimikas play in place of Robertson, and it looks like
He's been
Tsimikas,
decent, of
yeah,
course.
given the game time,
given,
I think he can become a very good player. But elsewhere, I'm not very convinced. When Mane and Salah go for African Cup of Nations, this is going to be a problem for us because we don't have the replacements for them.
Exactly.
However, I have some hope in Harvey Elliott, but our squad depth isn't as good as I thought would be, learning from what happened the season
Exactly,
before.
to enable you compete throughout the
Favorably,
season.
all competitions, and whenever there's an injury, there's a good deep squad to choose from. I
Exactly.
don't think it has happened this window.
And then you look at also the other leagues around Europe. We've seen the La Liga kicking off. Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico. Of course, they are the teams that are first to compete for the La Liga title this season. Who do you think will come out on the top at the end of the season?
I have hope in Barcelona. I think Barcelona with Memphis Depay, he's a good goal scorer. He has proved that with the game. We have seen him play, and he's a very good player. And I think he will score the goals. Yes, they will miss Messi, but I think they will come out on top. Plus, I kind of feel sorry for La Liga and Serie A if they lose Ronaldo. Then La Liga if they lost Messi, and many people have been watching mainly back against because there's Messi, and
Exactly.
now the Clasico is.
There's so many fans that are going to leave Barcelona
Yeah.
because Messi has left Barca.
El Clasico is.
Exactly.
It's only maybe the hardcore fans that are going to stay watching this.
Yeah,
thing,
shout
but
outs to Adrian who left Madrid just because Cristiano had also switched to Juve.
he became a Juve
So
fan.
I think he's also going to become a Manchester United fan now since Cristiano has returned to Manchester. He's almost about to return to Manchester United.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Lawrence, I think if you look at the La Liga, and then we've talked about Messi leaving the La Liga, and we've also mentioned the Premier League. But now, let's turn our focus to the French League, which of course has seen some big name arrivals from La Liga and also some other leagues. The main focus team I would be talking about right now is PSG, of course. They've had the likes of Sergio Ramos coming in from Madrid, Lionel Messi coming in from Barcelona on a free, Van Alden coming in from Liverpool,
Donnarumma.
Hakimi, Donnarumma, of course, who was voted the player of the tournament at the Euros. They just concluded Euros. This is a formidable side that is being set up by PSG, and of course Mauricio Pochettino. Would you fancy them maybe to be the side to beat in this year's Champions League?
PSG,
Given that even the draws are imminent, the draws are set to be made.
PSG have assembled the Avengers of football. They're going to be so hard to beat. It's at the back of my mind, I have it that PSG wins everything. I was shocked to remember that actually they did win last year's French league. I was so shocked, but I think they're going to be unstoppable. That's a very, very good. If they can manage to keep Mbappe, that is a very, very good squad. But somehow they always find a way of disappointing in the Champions League. Maybe it comes down to luck. Maybe this time I do not know, but I don't think they're favorites for the Champions League for me.
I still don't think because we had this same discussion with Mike in episode 1, and I still maintain I don't think PSG will be able to go as far as the semi-finals of the Champions League. Yes, they've assembled a very good team, but there is something going on in that dressing because right now there's a huge saga developing in the PSG dressing room. Rumors that maybe Mbappe wants to move away to go and join Madrid. That means they're taking away one piece from the puzzle.
One piece from the puzzle.
That would maybe help them even reach the semi-finals of the Champions League or say the final. So
and this is a very important piece because
exactly.
Kylian Mbappe is a very good player.
And if we're talking about ifs here, if such a team like PSG lose Mbappe right now, it's going to be hard for them to settle and galvanize some early season form, which of course is a major contributor to many teams that would want to sustain a good Champions League challenge.
And in PSG's case, given that they've had quite a number of signings, you need the players to come and the chemistry, the player chemistry, and the team philosophy, the coach philosophy.
To get all those things and also give the coach the time to embed all his philosophies.
To galvanize the machine to work perfectly. But other than that, I think they have a very good squad. I can't wait to see some of their games because I won't lie that I watched the French league. No, I do not.
All right, and also action elsewhere. The Italian Serie A also resumed. The likes of Inter Milan, AC Milan, Juventus have also been in action. Juventus, of course, they are being denied 3 points by VAR. Cristiano, of course, scoring a late winner for them, but they were denied the 3 points in that game there. Their opening Serie A game. But I think it's also going to be an interesting season down there in Italy, same as in England, France, and also Spain. It's so sad, of course, every time I reach this point where I have to say adios. I think it's been good having you on episode 2, Lawrence.
Glad to be back
thanks
well.
for coming through on episode 2. We shall be having Mike back for episode 3 of the Soccer Jaja podcast. It's now available on YouTube. And remember also you can check us out on SoundCloud and also Apple podcasts. Remember to hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube page. It's Benja from me, and goodbye from us here at the Soccer Jaja team. Until next time, episode 3, it's a wrap. Hala Madrid.